it sounds like you've really bonded with your community and it drives you in your art.
Yes, it does, and I think, um, that was yeah, kind of what drew me back. So we started doing Ugly House events, um, things kind of just sort of, like, developed. I feel like Vic and I sort of, like, stumbled upon a vision that is bigger than us, that a lot of people are doing, which is starting these underground sort of safe spaces for artists to create, and the vision is expansive. So far, we've done mostly, music events, but we would like to get into holistic and wellness, oriented events. We'd like to start a book club. The first book that we're intending to go through is actually written by a local organizer, and it's all about just kind of starting somewhere with building community in times like this. And the vision that has kind of expanded out of it, which is very community oriented and art oriented and spirituality oriented as well. Um, I'm it's something that is, like, yeah, really exciting, and I think checks a lot of the boxes that I came down here seeking to check, without having to involve, you know, the big industry and kind of subverting it entirely and kind of creating a parallel society and a parallel safe space and sort of fighting fire with fire where it's like, okay, you don't feel safe and accepted in the church environment. You don't feel safe and accepted or seen in the art environment. You feel like you're being taken advantage of or exploited. Let's like just build our own thing. We've talked about starting something of like a little food pantry, like just like a bookcase on the side of the house where people can throw food or pick up food at will when necessary. We've talked about starting a community garden. These are all things that I think require community to build. So we're still sort of building our team, finding our people, looking for people who care about the things that we care about and want to support it financially, and just getting all of those ducks in a row. But the vision is really big and it's very communal oriented. Our long-term vision is to have many ugly houses run by many people, and to kind of create an alternative community for people who are looking for it.
I think that's fabulous.
Yeah.
And for artists to get a chance to express yourself in your authentic nature. Subversive art has changed the course of history in
Yes.
all eras, in all ages, and that is a noble cause. And to be involved in one's community and see issues and realize they're not being addressed, and using your own gifts and talents and your own passions to help fill that void and connect people.
Yeah.
Because we want to express ourselves, but why? And some
Right.
just for money and notoriety and power and influence and all of that.
Yeah.
And then others want to really connect with people of
Yeah.
all walks of life. And I think that's a beautiful project. And I'd love to hear more about it sometime. If
Thank
you're
you.
open to it, having a whole other interview and a whole other episode
Yeah.
about Ugly House and the things that you're doing, and maybe bring up some of the things about Binghamton that you had seen and witnessed and experienced and where help is
Yeah.
needed there.
I would love
That's
that. That'd be
That's
awesome.
amazing. It's
Thank you.
really something I would love to touch on again. That's a
Thank you so much.
fascinating project to me. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, what do you think Russ brings to your current project, Cassie?
I think Russ brings a lot to my current project, actually. One of the big things that I had said when I had moved down was like, guys, I'm not leaving Binghamton. This is not an abandonment situation, right? It's about building bridges and cross connections. And so Russ, when I lived in Binghamton, he invited he first of all, the way the way that I even met him was I was waiting tables at Taco Garage, and he knew that I was a waiter there, and I was serving his table, and he was like, "By the way, I'm a producer. I'll give you $50 to come into my studio and write something for a song." And I was like, "Bet." You know?
Right.
Um and when I came, first of all, I fell so in love with the project that I was like, $50 is cool, but like I want to actually like help make this. And we ended up just like tag teaming the whole thing. And during that time in the studio, we had a lot of really, really valuable conversations around life and spirituality and purpose and how to find inner peace, your inner compass. He's the one who connected me with Church in the Wild. Shout out Church in the Wild. It's a really beautiful space in
Hey,
Binghamton. That once again, they're doing their part to be the hands and feet in the community and to create a safe space for people who feel like spirituality as a at large is not safe because of their traumatic experiences with the church. And so he's been not just like a really, good project partner, but also become like a very deep friend of mine, somebody who holds me accountable, who asks me how I'm doing, and from a genuine place of really wanting to hear all of it. And he's offered me so much encouragement. I mean, like Russ is a big reason why I'm even on this path and why I am even pursuing the things I'm pursuing, and we're even approaching Ugly House the way that we're approaching Ugly House. Like he's very largely been an inspiration to me, not just as a musician, but like as a human being. So I appreciate his heart. I appreciate what his vision is for the community, how he wants to use his music and his passions and his talents. And I think that he's not just a great producer, but he's also a great mentor for people as well.
thank
That's
you so
wonderful to
much.
hear.
And likewise, Cassie. Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well, now,
thank you.
Russ, tell me what Cassie brings to it.
Uh, I mean, a, a lot of positive energy, in many ways. I think, like the musicality, like her knowledge of music and songwriting it just floors me. Like I remember when we first made the song, I had sent her the demo. I approached her. It's a fact. I approached her at this restaurant, Taco Garage, and I
Which I
offered her
have to say, it sounds
Yeah.
like I don't want to disparage Taco Garage, but it sounds like a place where I go buy a Taco Bell taco and take it there to get fixed. Is that how that works?
Oh my!
That
If you're ever
Like,
in
I love a
Binghamton,
taco, but Taco Garage, there has to be a story behind that.
it's a converted garage into a restaurant, I believe.
Mhm.
Uh,
All right.
it if you're ever in Binghamton, though, the best tacos easily downtown Taco Garage.
Yeah,
Just
it's
Okay.
fantastic.
it's not
Shout
like
out to
authentic
Taco Garage.
Mexican tacos, it's kind of like a Tex-Mex situation, but it's really, really
Mhm.
good. Like, the food's just, like, good. Yeah.
Fantastic. And they for years they did open mics.
Oh.
And Cassie started that, I believe, at Taco Garage.
Yes,
And
I
it got
did, as an
yeah,
employee. I was like, "Hey, what if we did this?" And my manager was like, "Yeah."
That's
and it
great.
got so good she made the local news. Like that was the level of impact. And so I had approached her. I offered at first I wanted her to be on a house song. I was actually getting I was getting tacos with my buddy, a fellow DJ, Joe Henny. So he yeah, shout out Joe.
Shout out.
Um yeah. I offered $50 to be on a house song originally, but then I rethought it and I was like, no, her lane's definitely more R&B. Let me see if I can give this a shot. And um, but yeah, so she came into the studio after hearing it. Um, it was one take. She was like she heard the song. I had like flushed it out a little bit more, and she was like, all right, let me see if I got something. And she just went into her phone and sat on the couch in the studio for about an hour. And she stood up to the microphone. She's like, "All right, I got it." And she stood up, and in one take, she did the song, like just one take.
Impressive.
And it was that we actually ended up still using that first take.
Mhm.
It was that solid and authentic, and there were like there's something about first takes in music. A lot of the time, you can't reproduce that approach,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it was
I, like,
it
technically had
killed it.
issues with the first take where I was like, "It's not, like, perfect," so I had come back into the studio to do more takes, but it just, like, didn't capture the same, like, energy that the first one had, so I was like,
Mhm.
"Run it." Yeah.